My Hero Academia.
My Brian Academia.
My Brian
Brian's not here.
Academia. He could not make it today, but we'll do it in spirit. We'll have a good spirit about this for Brian. I'll play devil's advocate. Pretty heavy for him, I guess.
It's okay.
This is My Hero Academia, chapter 365, number 4 and number 5. There is now one chapter of My Hero Academia for every day of the year. Very fun fact. But anyway.
You can read one chapter a day for a whole year.
Yeah.
That's significant.
It is significant. But anyway, last we left off, the heroes were having a bad time against Shigaraki, as per usual. All for One in the background is just like, I guess crushing it. He's taking other people's quirks and he's giving his evil villain monologue. The rest of the world outside of Japan are apparently cowards and are not going to help in Japan against the worst villain of all time, which is cool, I guess. America would be all up in that shit. Probably.
I guess they learned their lesson.
I guess. What a time to learn a lesson. But anyway, and the chapter last week ended with Edgeshot, out of all people, coming in to revive Bakugo, using his quirk, and we get a reminder of what his quirk is, and his quirk is Fold the Body. It allows him to stretch his body, making it thin and spindly. After years of devoted training to his quirk, he can make it even thinner, as thin as physically possible, to stop gushing blood. And he does that, basically. He has one of Wash's bubbles, so he's passing himself through that, sterilizing himself.
Oh my god, I thought that was so fucking funny. For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well.
You didn't have any type of...
I mean, I guess there are more crazier things happening that I was like, I guess this is fine.
It is fine. I'm just an asshole. Let me stop.
But yeah. So he's basically
pretty convenient though. But he's there. So.
He's making his body spindly and thin, and sterilizing it on the way. So before he infiltrates the boy's innards, which is an unfortunate sentence.
That's exactly what he said. I was reading that shit on the train. I was like, hey. I don't know about that one, guys. I'm not even going to put this on Horikoshi. That was a whole other... Who was translating? Doesn't it have their names? Caleb Cook?
Caleb Cook.
That was suspect, my guy.
That was sus, Caleb.
Because he said it wasn't just that he said he was going to get in his innards. He said, like...
He was infiltrating the boys' innards.
The boys' innards. Yo,
I was like, why did you say it that way? Anyway.
Yo.
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
Yeah, so
that was wild. That was wild.
It was.
Now I got it all out of my system.
Yeah, so he's like just basically using himself as a thread to stitch Bakugo's already dead heart together. I don't know if this is how this works. I don't think you could just like revive a beating heart just because you stitched it together. A dead heart just because you stitched it together. But we'll see. Maybe there's something else to it.
I'm no surgeon, so I'm going to back away from this.
You're right. You know what? Maybe I'm being arrogant, and maybe I don't understand.
Perhaps. What happened to that suspension of disbelief?
Man.
Or whatever.
This series is going to suffer now that Brian's not here. Oh, I'm sorry.
He chose this fate.
He did choose it. He did leave this series defenseless. That's on him. Okay, so anyway, Shigaraki peeps this is happening, and he's just like, that one? I already destroyed that one. And he just kind of says it to himself, like, wait, what's going on over there? I already destroyed that one. And then he gets pissed because he just like kind of realized, like, oh shit, no, I already destroyed that one. And he goes full board towards Bakugo. Miracle manages to break free and kick the shit out of Shigaraki directly in his face. Very cool, I guess. And Shigaraki just turns around. He's like, "Are you that eager to get crushed?" And he's
crunched.
Yeah, he slaps her away, and as he's like continuing his progress, he starts thinking, he's like, "What? Did I just stagger a little? No way! Not in this body. This body's awesome. Wait."
Your body's awesome. That is what he said. He didn't.
No, he did say this body's awesome.
He might as well.
But yeah, Mirako just like kind of shakes that shit off. She says like, "You're so gentle, Mr. Demon Lord." It's pretty good. Pretty good line.
It's a very interesting chapter.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. We get a little glimpse of Mirio coming in and obstructing Shigaraki's vision, allowing Mirako to just like go ham and use her ultimate technique, Luna Rush, just kicking him multiple times. Very, very hard. Mirako is very much giving off little Mariel Leona vibes from Black Clover. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all.
There's been others before.
Yeah.
Tsunade is kind of that too.
A little bit. Not as much, because like Mariel Leona goes hard in a way that Tsunade goes hard, but she's not like aggressive, talk shit type go hard, you know? She just goes hard.
True.
For the sake of Konohagakure.
Konohagakure. Ooh, that was nice.
Oh yeah.
That was A1, bro.
I try my best. So Shigaraki gets kicked in his motherfucking face, and he slings forward. He's having like flashbacks. I guess he got kicked so hard, and he starts, I guess, reliving his childhood trauma, where he's just like, even though I already destroyed them, they keep coming back. I wasn't broken back then, but it's not like anybody reached out to me. And I guess like
All for One did.
All for One did, but not for altruistic purposes, to be honest.
Well, you don't know his life.
You're right. I don't know his life. You're right.
We're gonna find out soon, though.
Yeah. And we see the
when
little
he destroys all the heroes.
Yeah, we see the little weird fungus arm thing that goes on with Shigaraki starts to take the form of his dead family. And that's where that's where the chapter ends. Well, here we are. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
This was actually one of the few times that it being short on pages, because this is only 13 pages. Like the last few had been, the last handful had been like 12, 13, for like in that area. But I wanted more out of this chapter. I actually was enjoying it. I'm not gonna say weirdly enough. I thought I enjoyed the pace of this chapter, and I guess it's kind of nice to see that Shigaraki's finally starting to like unwind a little bit, and it makes sense. It's not like this out of nowhere shit. He has a fractured mind to begin with. He's a wild guy. He's been through intense trauma, and now you got this little boy in him. It's hopefully they keep him away from Headshot, and he's not infiltrated as well. We want another one of those.
Yeah, hey, no infiltrating this boy's innards.
Yeah, Shigaraki's fucked up enough,
Yeah, he doesn't need it. Were those all your thoughts, or?
No. I can't get behind Mirako, honestly. And I think I kind of think, I never really thought about it like that, but I think Marileona is a huge reason why, because they just seem so similar to each other. And I know Marileona a little bit more, because Black Clover does a slightly better job at, fleshing out its support characters. How crazy is that? Crazy is that?
It is kind of crazy, huh?
You agree?
I do. I do agree. I mean, we definitely
slightly.
I think Black Clover does a lot of a better job. I would say that. I would agree with that. Maybe not. Maybe not a lot, but
I think
better.
the ones that when My Hero, just for so you know how clear I'm about, like, I want you to be clear on this from me. Anyway, look, when My Hero actually does do it, and they do hone in on a character, and they do give it the appropriate amount of time and dedication, it's done way better than most Black Clover characters. But when it comes to the sheer amount that Black Clover has been able to, flesh out throughout the whole series compared to My Hero, that's why I say I feel like they've done it like a little bit better because it's way more.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I agree with that. It is kind of funny to think about it. I never thought about it that way, but there every character does have like I understand them a lot better, and there are these tertiary wizards in Black Clover that have a little more depth than maybe a lot of the adult heroes in My Hero Academia.
Mm.
And it's weird to have landed on this Black Clover comparison, but yeah, that's an interesting thought. Did you have any other thoughts?
I guess I'm just thinking about what's going to happen with these parents coming out of his body.
Yeah,
Is he in? I mean, he's getting beat up, right? So then this is happening.
yeah, it's like coming out of his arm, like the arm that's like creating all those weird fungus fingers and shit.
Oh man, he's got a ground beef arm too. What the hell is going on in Japan right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is another villain going to have, that 80-20 on deck? Or I don't know, maybe you're more of a 90-10 guy. I could do the 80s. I'm talking about different types of ground beef.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to those that know, I guess.
I don't know. I don't work a lot with ground beef.
I don't have too many. I don't really have any other thoughts, to be honest. Of anything that stuck out to you?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like formulate a lot of thoughts with this series because it's a lot of action and 13 pages per chapter.
Yeah.
So I'll say that like I guess it is just like a continuation of Horikoshi drawing his heart off and then just like continuing. And it feels like a little bit like the story is like dragging, I guess. The thing with like, oh, here's the one note I really had is that the longer we kind of focus on this Bakugo heart reconstruction thing, the more it kind of annoys me. It just like gives time to sit there and settle, and it feels just like wholly unnecessary that Bakugo even had to die in the first place. Because like pretty much like a chapter or two later, they're already like bringing him back. So it is like just kind of what's the point? What was the point? Just to take Bakugo out of the game for a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird. Like we felt like he died.
Yeah,
You mentioned this last week, and I agree. I didn't really get a chance to agree with you and talk about it, but yeah, like it feels like it's playing around with death for no reason.
yeah, and
He could have just been decapitated. He could have got his limbs chopped off or something like that, and been I don't know. Like he didn't need. He didn't die. If he comes back to life, he didn't die.
well, it's not even that I have a problem with him coming back
His
to
soul
life.
didn't go to heaven.
It's not that I have a problem with him coming back to life necessarily. It's just the idea of it just felt like kind of a waste because like it's the time that the tension has to sit with us that Bakugo's dead is like so small and so short, and it's like, well, if you're gonna bring him back immediately anyway, then what was even the point of putting him down? Because it's not like anybody else is getting significant character development in his stead. Everybody's just pretty much on this, like, what has been just this continually fast paced battle where nobody really has a chance to breathe and, have that kind of character arc. And any character arc that there is involving other people is just like really compressed to like a page or two or even a panel. It's just bizarre, And I feel like I don't know if this is just like a result of Horikoshi rushing it. But I feel like this whole thing could have worked better if it was just like if Horikoshi had given more importance to just like stretch the war out and have like these individual battles and have things going on in the background, it's just off. It feels
I'm
like
gonna make a prediction really quick.
what?
It does feel off. All right, you know what? I should have waited for you to finish your thoughts, but I really didn't want to lose this because I have a theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you already know that Bakugo is the ancestor of whoever was number 2, right? This is all but confirmed.
Pretty much, it's a high chance, high probability that Bakugo is a descendant of an all-for-one user or one-for-all user.
Right. Oh, so you know what? This actually does have to do with what you were saying. All right, hear me out. What started this whole kind of like turn, at least for sure. Listen, Bakugo didn't need to die. I agree with you on that. But I guess just looking at it like this fight, what's happening now, right? Like when Bakugo was, really wrecked and like, awakening his quirk and fighting against Shigaraki, he put like a fear in his heart. And I didn't think about it until now, actually, because it was the all-for-one quirk in his body reacting to like the second one-for-all holder. Since he probably had a similar quirk where it was like this explosion type situation, and I think that's going to be able to put him on par with, you know what I'm saying, almost like with like at least at a level like where he'll be able to fight Shigaraki like realistically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Deku's gonna unlock that same ability too. They're gonna be like Blasty brothers, and they're gonna win.
Watch out! It's the Blasty brothers.
Yes.
That's a possibility. I think there's definitely an effort to make it known that they're like Bakugo has some one for all connection. So that's entirely possible. I don't know. I guess it all goes back to this central problem of My Hero Academia, which is pace and time. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are. I read somewhere in the comments of like the Shonen Jump app, because sometimes I look into it just to see the general how people are feeling about this, and I think like some people have like theorized that perhaps like this week is like a development week for Horikoshi to kind of like get his next series up and running. I don't know how true that is, but I wouldn't be surprised. But it does seem a little. He still has a lot to do, so I don't know if
he already has a new series in mind and all of that.
No, nothing's confirmed on that. This is just like a comment I read, and I was like, I don't know.
That would be nice.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like he still has a lot left to finish with My Hero Academia before he can like start really developing a new series. I would hope that
I thought that too. I thought that a few times throughout the series.
I mean, it's not gonna end next week, so we'll have to see.
That's also what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know.
One time.
But anyway, that was not really relevant to what I'm saying. I don't even know how I got there, but I don't know, man. I guess it was just like I'm implying that it feels rushed, as usual. It just is kind of missed opportunities, and I don't know what is the cause. We can only none of us are working with Horikoshi, so we couldn't know. But it definitely does feel like kind of a element of rushing it, or like sprinting to the end. But I don't know. I don't really have all that many more thoughts about My Hero Academia. The chapter itself is fine. It didn't make me angry. It didn't make me like upset. It's just like
this actually was a fine chapter.
It was fine.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
And My Hero Academia has been kind of fine at best for a while now. But this is one of the fine ones. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it for me.
The problem is that when they're talking about things going on outside of the battle or amongst themselves, or whenever it's not fighting, it all just kind of feels like, remember plain yogurt?
Yeah,
I brought that up.
Yeah,
It's what it's, it's like,
Plain murder.
whatever. None of this really matters. I don't want to hear it. Like, every time All For One talks about his vision of just, it's like, I know we're not going to get another deep pull. You're not going to reveal something that's going to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
This whole time that was that and this was this. And, oh, that's a good reason for that. No, he said it straight up. Like, I just want to be evil.
Well, that's the
which
thing.
Is cool for its own reasons, but.
Well, that's the thing. It's also like for a series that's like really running to the end. It's also Horikoshi's like also really withholding on certain things because there's clearly something going on with All For One. Like I'm sure there's going to be some kind of a small flashback in terms of like All For One and his relationship with the One For All guy, his brother. I'm sure there'll be a flashback to that. Yeah. So I don't know. It is kind of like that's one of the things I mentioned last week as well. It's just kind of annoying. It's just like, just say it already. We're 365 chapters in, dude. How many times are we gonna like withhold this? We're at the final battle. What else do you want to happen? I guess All Might has to appear on the scene at some point so he could have.
Still, right? Just to be regular.
Yeah, just to be regular. But yeah, okay. I'm tapped.